Hey everybody, I'm Dani Rose Thibus, the media coordinator at the Early Learning Center, and I support the CFS department with some of their media needs as well. Today I am introducing you to your graduate profile, which will stay with you from the time you create it to the time you leave the program, and then can actually stay with you once you complete your coursework at the university. So this is an initiative created to bring a little bit more life to our graduate profiles. Our website that we're issued by the university is pretty limiting to what we're able to do with it and what power we're able to give to you in creating and updating your profiles. And so this is an effort to sort of let you express your individuality, for you to keep up with your own accomplishments and awards, and keep your resume and your CV updated, all of that stuff. We wanted you all to be able to manage that on your own, and at the same time offer you some customization options that aren't available via our regular website. We hope that by doing this, it will not only help you all stay in charge of that information, but also will help show prospective grad students what it's like to be in the CFS department here in Knoxville, as it'll just give you a little bit more opportunity to share about yourself, and better imagery and videos and stuff that we, again, just can't do on our regular website. So we hope that this is as simple as possible for you. I have made a tutorial video which will follow this introduction, and there's written instructions for how to do that, as well as links to content creators that make Google sites all the time. So there should be plenty of resources for you to make the site, to get your site going. But of course, if you have any questions as you're getting started or as you're going along, by all means, please reach out to me. My email is drose@utk.edu, and I'm just at the White Avenue Early Learning Center, which is just right next door to Jesse Harris. So I'm pretty accessible should you need any assistance with this process. So yeah, we'll get started. I'll show you all about how to create your very own Google site. Okay, so we'll start by taking a peek at the grad student Google site workflow doc that you should have been linked. This is what we're looking at on the screen right now. There you can read through some facts about the Google sites, kind of what our goals are there, and we'll also see the checklist for completing your site, along with pretty detailed instructions for how to actually do the work of setting up the site. In the document, under step 1, creating your grad student profile, you'll see a link to go to the profiles. Go ahead and give that a click, and then when it opens, there we'll see it again happen. Once it opens, we'll follow the rest of the directions from B, C, and D. And the first step of those is to make a copy of the template site that you'll see there in the drive. So this is an important step. Make sure that you make a copy. And then sometimes it takes a second for it to load. Once you make the copy, right-click again, and then click Move To, and hit the back button a couple of times there, the back button in the upper left there. You go back and back again to your own drive. So click My Drive and then Move, confirm that selection, and it'll show up there in My Drive. So it might show up there at the top, or it might be a little lower. Again, it'll be called Copy Of, so you just look for the C's, and there it'll be. open her on up. And now this template becomes your site. So all anything you do from here on out is on your own site. So it was designed, thanks Hannah Thompson so much for getting this one set up for us. So basically all you'll have to do from here on out is change the things, like change the, Hannah set up this template for us. So like now all you'll have to do is change the individual items to make it yours. So you'll just want to name the site after yourself. Put your name really big there in the middle. Make sure that your program of study is listed there. I don't love the checkerboard, so I'm gonna fix that. And pick one of these other standard images. You could also upload something. There's tons of options. You can go through there and pick whatever you'd like that represents you. I'm gonna go with the beach today. And then I'll go on through the rest of the profile and update it. You'll see which things are required and which things are optional on that document, that introduction document. The bio is required, and then you'll see what other sections are available to you. You can certainly add things that we forgot by all means, but this is the standard stuff that we'd like for everybody to include. It's pretty easy to replace images. You might have seen the little dots that I clicked on to then get to replace images. And then I chose select image because all of my images are already in the Google Drive. So if your images aren't already in a Google Drive, you can upload them from your desktop the same way. It's pretty simple. You just click on the dots and then click upload instead of select. I don't really need this section, so I'm going to delete it with the little trash can there. Bye-bye. I'll update my email by clicking on that and then just changing the email address that's loaded in there. Again, hey, Hannah, to my own email address. Oops, forgot to change my name as well. So make sure you change that to email your name instead of Smokey. And then on the resume button, same thing. You'll click that, click the little pen to edit your resume. I was just going back through there to find my resume. I had already uploaded it in the Google Drive previously, so it's just there for me in the top in my Google Drive already. So I'm going now to right click and then share to make sure that it's set to anyone with the link. The default is going to be restricted, and you're going to want to change it to anyone with the link. And then click done. And then, or you could have clicked get the link there, but copy the link. And then on the resume tab, you'll just hit the pen, copy or paste rather your resume link in there. And then once you're published, it'll go to your resume instead. Please leave the CFS website link there. You could change the color if you want. You could change the background of your buttons. There's all sorts of customization options. I'll show you later. The education section, please leave that in. Tell us about your education. Yep, just type it in there. I have a cut finger, so my typing skills are very lacking in this video. So sorry. I'm going to change this image to one of the University of Tennessee. I'm going to do that by hitting select image and then go to the Google image search option so that I can just find a random picture of the University of Tennessee. And we'll pop it in there. Beautiful. Old airs right there. The next, so you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, whatever you'd like. The next section is research interests. We'd like for everybody to leave that there as well. And go ahead and let people know what are your research interests, what are you studying at the University of Tennessee, what are you looking at, what interests you right now. This might change over time, and that's okay. You can go back and edit as maybe your dissertation topic changes or change thesis ideas. There's all sorts of good stuff. Though this sweet puppy is real cute, the little smoky puppy is real precious, I'm going to change that by hitting those little dots, replace the image, upload. That's how you would do it if you had an image on your desktop or something that you wanted to use. But I actually don't because I just didn't. So I'll go back to that replace image and then select image with something from my drive. So we'll use this picture of Catherine and I messing about with new materials in the hallway upstairs in our building. So in the awards and recognition section, you can delete that until you have some awards or recognitions, which I'm sure you're all going to get. So feel free to delete that one for now if you don't have anything to put there. But if you'd like to leave it, that's fine too. I'm putting something cheeky in this box because the last time I won an award was a long time ago. So I'm making up one for myself right now. I wouldn't do this if it was an actual live profile, by the way. Well, I don't really have anything to put there, so I'll just delete those pictures by hitting the little trash can. I thought maybe I would put a funny image of an award from the Google search, but then I decided, I don't really want to do that. So it's pretty easy. To me, I would upload all your images into your Google Drive first. It just makes things a little bit easier. Okay, field experience. You can tell us anything that's relevant about your experiences while in your program. We would love to hear about all the great things that you're doing in your program. So go ahead and put those things there. Include anything that you think is relevant, that you think people might be interested to know about your experience so far. And then in the section down below, we want to learn more about you. So this would be a great section to include pictures of your family, of your hometown, where you come from, about what you like to do in Knoxville as a grad student. You'll see me type in some cheeky things here. Feel free to change the layout of this. You can add more pictures. You can do fewer. You could put a video there if you want to. There's all sorts of interesting things you could do with this section. So I just changed a couple of the pictures. I forgot about how I didn't have anything on my desktop. So I went back to select an image. I love to visit the mountains, so like I might put an image of the Smoky Mountains there. I love my dog, so I could tell you about my dog. I type in here in a second that I run on caffeine and chaos, and so I added some images from some of my favorite local coffee shops. Whatever you think is sort of an interesting thing that someone might want to know about you. Okay, now that I'm done adding things about me, maybe I want to customize, what the site looks like. There are lots of options just pre-made for you there. I'm sure there are others on the internet that you could import. You can make different color selections, different fonts. I really like this one. You can choose what kind of text you want, what colors you like. All of that is customizable, so feel free to really make it your own. You can also add pages. You're not limited to that one home page. If you want to add a new page, you can do that. Like perhaps at some point during your experience here, you'll have some research that you'll be a part of that you need participants for. So maybe you want a page for current research that has your IRB approved recruitment materials that you could put there. That way you could share a link to this page to get folks to join in on your research efforts. You could add a page there for that. You could, and anything that you think might be helpful to share about yourself with others, or that you think might help other grad students see what it's like to be in the CFS department and a student in our department, would be great. If you have ideas that you're not sure are appropriate or should go on there, by all means reach out. Happy to help you decide about that for sure. So yeah, that's pretty easy. You would just click pages and then add. You can also unpublish them there too. There's tons of options. It's a really easy site to mess with. You could add a YouTube video link. You could add an an image carousel. You could add different layouts for images and text, all sorts of good stuff. It's super easy to use, and it's real hard. You can't really mess it up. There's little back buttons at the top to undo stuff. It would be really challenging to mess it up. So don't be afraid to play around and practice with it. When you're ready to publish, that blue button up there is your publisher. That'll be your web address there. The default is going to be that that'll be restricted to only people who are added to your site. So we're going to change that by clicking manage and then published site to public rather than restricted. The draft should stay restricted so that your draft work isn't published, but your published sites should say public. And then you're publishing and you're ready to go. And boom, you've got your grad profile done. When you're done, give us click that link button up there and copy that and send the link to your grad profile to me and to Jordan Murphy, whose emails are on that sheet for you. But shoot us the link to it so that we can add it to your university website profile, which you guys just don't have edit access for. So anyways, that's about it. If you'll title that email or subject line that email Google site link and then your name and just drop the link in there, that'd be great.